is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final match review for the 2023-2024 season. Chelsea are officially now cemented in 6th place after today's victory over Bournemouth. 2-1 victory over Bournemouth. Not the best game, but the result is what matters. 5 wins in a row to end the season. We will be discussing that all throughout the course of today's show. Be sure to smash the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe. We're very close to 2.7K. Another landmark on our journey to 3K. And if you haven't done so already, ladies and gentlemen, please check out the links in the description. Leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts if you're watching this in the future. And lastly, but not least, check out the memberships because there are 4 different tiers. 4 different tiers, all with different perks and benefits, starting as little as 99p. And if you are a member, I ask that you guys use those emojis in the chat, spam them if you got them, and let the people know what they're missing out on. Super chats are also available if you want to help out the channel in that sense as well. But, ladies and gents, I never thought I'd be here, happy that we made it back to Europe. Although it's not Champions League, it is Europa League. But nonetheless, it's better than nothing. And I am happy that we got to this point and we were able to steer the course in the right direction again. Obviously, bittersweet today. Thiago Silva leaving the club. 4 years of absolute legendary performances. And this man leaves quite the mark on Chelsea's history today. Obviously, me wearing my Thiago Silva kit. But, ladies and gents, before I continue on, I am Marshalldbdx, accompanied by the panel of Oliver Twist and Real Chicken Nugget Chris. And, ladies and gents, as per Casually FC manner, let's go ahead and have the final quick summary of the match for 2023-2024 season. And also, I should say, congratulations to Arsenal for almost winning the Premier League. And the real congratulations goes to Man City for now doing the four-peat. Goodbye, Jurgen Klopp. Hello, Arne Slot. And so on and so forth. Ladies and gents, let's do the quick summary of the match. So, today, Stamford Bridge was packed to the brim. The goodbyes for Thiago Silva, the flags were out, the banners were out, everything was out, and the lineup was out there that included Thiago Silva in the starting lineup. Surprised to not see Malo Gusto in the starting lineup as well as Noah Nkunku. We had Sterling on the left wing because he was in for the concussed Mudryk. And so in the 17th minute of the match, we saw quite a spectacular goal. Something I don't remember the last time, or I don't think it's ever been done at Chelsea. A goal from the halfway line. Remind me, ladies and gents, in the chat or on the panel if it has ever been done at Chelsea. I don't think it has. But yes, Moises Caicedo. First goal for the Blue Lions, and hey, it's a special one. From halfway on the field, Conor Gallagher presses the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper passes it right to Caicedo. One touch, and then boom, the shot. And people were flabbergasted. No one really thought it was in, but I knew. I knew it was in, and I lost my mind. It was quite a fantastic goal. Lovely to see it. Potentially goal of the season for Chelsea, which you will find out very soon what Casually FC has voted for goal of the season for Chelsea sooner or later. Be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's how we start off the game. 1-0 ahead. Then slowly but surely towards the second half, we nearly concede a goal, but in return, Raheem Sterling decides to show up and score a goal of his own. That's now 2 goals in his last 3 appearances, I want to say, for Raheem Sterling. So looks like he picked it up in form towards the end. And unfortunately, shortly after that, we did concede what is now being considered as an own goal from Badiashile. It was a shot taken from, I forgot who took it. I forgot the player's name. I think it was Travanier or one of those players. But a shot taken from Bournemouth deflects off of Badiashile, who kind of lazily put his leg in front of it to block it, sending Petrovic the other way that it was probably going to go, and we concede a goal. And, you know, towards the end, it looked a little ropey, I'm not going to lie. It looked like we were going to concede another goal. Pochettino was making questionable changes and so on and so forth. A few performances that let us down, I'm not going to lie. Gallagher was not at his best. Cole Palmer was not at his best. But at the end of the day, we did actually end up getting the win. And at the end of the day, that is all that matters, ladies and gents. That's it. That's the season. We got 6th. It's not over yet, though. Europa League is still questionable, but we are at least guaranteed Europe. Whether it be Conference League or Europa League, time will tell, depending on the FA Cup result between Man City and Manchester United. But that being said, Oliver, I'll let you start us off today. Your overall thoughts on today's win against Bournemouth, and we'll build off from there.
I didn't really enjoy the match in terms of a performance. Definitely not. We didn't have any control of the game necessarily. Wait, sorry?
No, that is true. I was there. Oliver was having conniption very often. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. We just didn't control the game well enough. Especially when we're fighting for something and we're playing against the Bournemouth team that are pretty much on the beach. They're safe from relegation and they've got no qualification for Europe in sight. So they're not really doing a whole lot right now. They felt like it was time to rest Dominic Solanke today. So we had a great advantage today, and I just don't think we showed ourselves. I don't think we did ourselves justice in terms of how good we can be. Obviously, we got the result, and that's the main thing. But you always want to take confidence from your performances, and I don't think it was quite at the mark today. But listen, there were some good performances today. Caicedo. I think I'd probably say Caicedo was the man of the match. Not just for the goal, he was just generally holding things together, looking really good. I was also impressed with Ugochukwu coming off the bench. Thought he looked very good. His passing very progressive. Good to see that he's actually got some sharpness, seemingly, despite missing a huge chunk of the season due to injury since December. And I thought Jackson was impressive as well. He actually was involved in the build-up that led to the Caicedo goal. He played the ball to Sterling where the goalkeeper had to rush out. But yeah, I'm not really sure there's too much more to it besides, obviously the post-match festivities with Thiago Silva having his send-off, which is very nice to see. That's a wrap for the season, I guess. We'll talk about it more.
Chicken Nugget Chris, your thoughts, my friend?
I'm actually glad the season's over. I'm actually thankful for that. But this whole game was just a very nervy game. Like Oliver said, the performance was not great. Gallagher was pretty much awful for the most part, but Gallagher did do something good for me, is by saving us at the very end. I actually missed 2 of the goals, as you saw, where
you stepped away.
I was cooking my chicken, and then I came back 2-1 Charles. I'm thinking, what the fuck is that?
Chicken nuggets.
No, not chicken nuggets. Nope. So yeah, real chicken. So I missed 2 of the goals, but like Oliver said, that whole game was very nervy. But I am glad we got the result, because now we got a potential spot in Europa League, most likely a spot in Europa League if Man City ain't too drunk. I don't know when the game plays actually, but so I'm glad we got the result. I thought the whole 3 Madueke, Palmer, Sterling, it was all pretty bang averaged. It's probably one of Palmer's worst performances today. He did get an assist, but He was on the ball and everything, and today he just felt awful. I don't know what it was up with him. Caicedo, my man of the match, he was probably the best player on the pitch. Like his goal was obviously amazing. Like I couldn't believe he actually scored from that range. I know it's an open goal, but hitting it like that and how well he hit it, even the defender was trying to block it.
It's how straight the shot was.
Yeah, yeah, his first goal as well is pretty cool as well for his first goal, end of the season, and like that, great goal. He definitely saved us today. I thought our defense was solid. Chalobah, I do not want to sell this guy. Chalobah is actually a useful player. He can play centre back well. He can play right back even. I think decent. If you want a centre back at full back, Chalobah is your man. I think. So yeah, he was good. Even Petrovic, he was great today as well. He did his thing. Very nervy game, but we got the result, and it's end of a suffering season. Also say, Marshall, we haven't got. We said we didn't get 3 wins in a row. Now we got 5 wins in a row.
I know. Also, apparently, I was wrong about that. There was a point in the middle of the season where we did get 3 wins in a row. I don't recall.
Not in the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, no. We actually did. Like, remember the table I showed you guys? I'll pull it up again. Chelsea positions after each.
Did that thing show us our results every week as well?
Yeah, that's pretty much. No, just in the Prem. And there was 3 in a row. And I was like, what games were those? I was really confused.
I can't remember.
But we ended the season with 5 wins in a row. At least we did that.
Actually, I mean, if someone wants to look it up for me while I say this, hold on, I got you right here. Let me pull this up. Boom, 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 boom.
We're definitely keeping Poch as well, probably.
Right here. Game week 19, 20, and 21. What fucking games were those? We won 3 in a row. I don't recall. I swear, maybe there was like a international break in between at some point, and I totally forgot that we had, or maybe we lost a
look at that. Look at that form in the second half of the season. Well done, Poch.
It's decent. Done. Only 3 losses. Losses. Well, actually, no. If we're talking halfway through the season, is 18th, right? So this is the 18th. Then 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Only 3 losses, which is not too shabby. Again, not too shabby. 4 draws, not too shabby, and then mostly wins. So
look at that first 5 games. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's where things look really rocky, and
dear.
people were not very happy about that. I certainly wasn't, but yeah, it's I mean, I'm glad we turned it around. Surfer, obviously, we'll go to you. How do you feel now that we did finish 6? We got 5 wins in a row. Is this a sign of potentially things to come? Is this some sort of consistency for you?
Well, there's a huge gap to the next league season, so I don't know. So, listen, I sort of checked out the game when Spurs went 1-0 up at Sheffield United, so I thought, and I was like in between different games and stuff like that. It's a good finish. I don't think we'll hear anything about Poch until after the FA Cup final. So that will confirm whether we're playing Europa League or Conference.
Yeah.
So, it was a good way to end. Few goodbyes, one big goodbye. Everything's up in the air at the moment. We've got more questions than answers going into this week, obviously. But fantastic goal by Caicedo. If I'm going to critique it, I thought he should have actually just killed it. But no, I'm joking. He just, it was a fantastic goal. Great way to score. Fantastic goal to score and stuff like that. But, I thought all in all, it was sort of like it was a probably weird atmosphere probably going into it. And after a while, and we finished strong. I still think big chance missed out on top 4. United, Villa got smashed today, 5-0 by Crystal Palace. It's just a bit, damn. But, we'll move on. But, it's a good way, good ending to the season in terms of the 5 wins. So,
Andrew,
I just looked into it, guys. This little patch that we saw here with the 3 games in a row, it was Crystal Palace at the end of December. It was the last week of December. It was Crystal Palace, Luton Town. And then because we had the FA Cup and the Middlesbrough game, I totally forgot where we were in terms of the streak. And then January 13th, after international break, was when we beat Fulham. So there was 3 wins in the Premier League in a row that time. But there was a huge gap. It was like a 3-week gap. So, yeah, I obviously forgot. But what were you going to say, Chris?
I was going to say, this whole, you said, oh, we could have got top 4. This is why this Sheffield and Burnley game just went through in my head this whole way through now, because we should not have dropped those points.
Well, actually,
and we
look at the standings.
We could have been top 4. We
Obviously,
really could have been.
more than just those 2 games.
Because if we got the 6 points out of M2, right, we would have been top 4 today, right?
Yeah, that's true. We would have been 69 points. Aston Villa would have been 68.
Yeah, there's been so many games, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just those 2 games, man. Live
like
went through my head.
The Bournemouth reverse fixture, the Nottingham Forest game, the first one, the Brentford game, the Arsenal game, the first one, obviously.
Oh, yeah, where we bowled the 2-0 lead.
Those are just off the top of my head. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
100%.
Yeah,
I
that one's
agree.
too.
Yeah, there's a few things that, exactly like we just said, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like,
Yeah.
it is unfortunate, but at the end of the day, I am actually happy that we made it to Europe again. Obviously, my standards have dropped because we're in Europa, but hey, something is better than nothing. And I mean, not too long ago, we were sitting on here after the Burnley game, and most of us were pretty much fed up. There was nothing else to play for. The season's done, especially after the FA Cup game. The amount of anger and just frustration on the stream. Hey, I'm fed up with this team. Poch needs to leave. Yada yada. The season's done. The season's done. Well, I never said the season was done because, I knew mathematically it wasn't done. I wasn't optimistic, but I definitely wasn't, saying the season was done. And lo and behold, I mean, this is football. We all know. We've seen it over and over again. Sometimes the script goes in a fairy tale ending, as you would say, and sometimes it doesn't end up that way. And sometimes you get a team like Bayern Leverkusen who go freaking undefeated still. So from time to time, football is just a strange sport where you can never really predict what's going to happen, right? But today, in the final match day at Stamford Bridge, the owners decided to come out with a little bit of a message in the program. And it's a little bit lengthy, but I'm going to go ahead and read it just because I think I can just speed through most of this. But yeah, let's go ahead and I'll read this out loud for you guys, and then we'll go from there. So obviously, if you can't read it, sorry, it is a little tiny. But anyways, dear supporter, this has been a season brimmed with challenge and change. There has been many moments of frustration, many others to cherish, and countless reasons to be optimistic and excited for the years ahead. Today, we are focused on finishing the 2023-2024 campaign as strongly as we can. Due to the print deadlines, these notes were written prior to yesterday's Women's Super League finale, when our women's team was contending for a remarkable 5th consecutive title, while the men's team are in their best form of the season and making a late push for European qualification today. While that has been encouraging, please know our ambitions for the club are higher. I like that. That's good. We are now approaching the 2nd anniversary since becoming custodians of this incredible club, and it remains an absolute privilege to hold that position. Our promise to you, our loyal supporters, was to make you proud of Chelsea. The desire to achieve that burns stronger every day. In order to fulfill that, we believe we need to be doing the following. Let's see if we agree with these bullet points. Consistently winning or contending for the Premier League and Women's Super League titles. I agree with that. Consistently playing in a Champions League and competing for domestic cups. 100% agree. Consistently competing for titles across the youth age groups. Why not? Developing and discovering the next generation of footballing talent for the benefit of the club. Sure. Being responsible actors and contributors to our community while meeting financial fair play and other regulatory requirements. Earning the trust and confidence of our supporters. Sure. Please know that everyone at the club is relentlessly focused on delivering that. On our men's side, progress can be seen in a team which has been rebuilt and with careful planning. We have invested in highly talented players whose best years are ahead in order to build a sustainable team that competes at the very top. We have seen that quality emerge and grow, with significant contributions from our academy players, particularly since the beginning of the year. While results may have fluctuated this season, the team's performance as a cohesive unit continues to improve, and Stamford Bridge is once again a venue that our rivals would rather avoid. It is worth noting that even in this year of transition, we have enjoyed 2 separate trips to Wembley, losing only by very fine margins, which is not wrong. Week after week, this talented team is bonding and building chemistry while growing accustomed to top English competition. On the women's side, the team remains in contention to win Women's Super League for a 5th consecutive year, which, by the way, big up to Emma Hayes and the women's team. They actually did accomplish and win for the 5th consecutive season the Women's Super League. So just a little round of applause. Wrong sound. Just a little round of applause for them. Women's Super League. All right. 5th consecutive year at a time of writing, having already reached the final of the League Cup and semi-final stage of the FA Cup and Women's Champions League. The spirit and resolute attitude within that remarkable team has been illustrated once again throughout this season. We are so proud of Chelsea women continue to accomplish. To that end, we pay special tribute to this year to Emma Hayes. Over a 12-year tenure, she and her backroom staff have brought us unparalleled success. Their hunger to win is unmatched. We celebrate her time with us. Are grateful for her service and privileged to call her a Blue for life. This part is going to be tough to read. We will now prepare the Chelsea women's exciting new chapter. We have already bid a fond farewell to Marin Mady? I can't read that name. All-time leading goal scorer Fran Kirby, who both leave with an incredible trophy haul. Today, Stamford Bridge will also bid an emotional goodbye to Thiago Silva, who has added quite a remarkable chapter to this. I'm just guessing what words this could be. Quite a remarkable chapter to his legendary career at Chelsea. Another remarkable chapter. Thank you. Thank you, and good luck, Emma, Fran, Marin, and Thiago. We are incredibly excited by the next generation of ongoing or developing of youth in the academy. I don't know. I can't read this. Our brilliant under-18s won the Premier League. Can you read it? It says, I think it says developing. It's like... Oh, you guys can actually see it better on the screen. Okay. Developing in the academy, our brilliant under-18s won the Premier League Division South title and reached the national final, while several other age groups also lifted silverware this season. We look forward to seeing many of these young players develop further and hopefully star in our first team one day. We thank everyone at the club, all our staff across all our sites, for their dedication and hard work during what has been a busy and testing season. Last but certainly not least, we thank you, our supporters, for backing Chelsea at large throughout this season. Your passion and loyalty for this club are what drive us every single day. We have worked very closely with the fan advisory board and other supporter groups throughout this campaign, and will continue to ensure your voices are heard as we look to the future. For now, on behalf of the board and everyone at the club, thank you for your outstanding support. We hope you all have a wonderful summer and look forward to welcoming you back to the Bridge in August. Chelsea Ownership Group. There you go. That was everything. I think overall, a positive message. I think overall, 8.5 out of 10 for my reading. Stuff until I got to this little shiny patch here. But I think it's a good message. And I think overall, we're starting to actually see the direction that the club is going. And maybe, I mean, Scott, I'll ask you this. Do you think that maybe we are actually starting to see the fruits of the labor?
No. But based on what, the last 2 months? No.
Let's say based on the midpoint of the season, because we did improve after game week 18.
It took us 33 games to see a start of play that worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I'll be so honest. This season, I have no idea what this season means for Chelsea Football Club, and we won't know that until next season. Because if next season we see the same shit, then this season meant nothing.
I agree with that because because we're on a 5 winning streak now, like end of the season, and we've been pretty good since the second half of the season. We only lost 3 games, but if we go to next season and start doing the same shit, like same results, and not getting those consistent results, then we're gonna be the same place. And we don't know how good the other teams are gonna be around us. Like Tottenham might be still good, Man United might improve. What's it called? Liverpool might be good as well. So we need to up our game as well still next season, but. We're slowly like maybe improving as a club. I don't know. It's the manager thing for me as well. Like, I don't know what Poch has got planned for next season. Is it just a blip of like the first half and he just fucked up, or Poch's just not good enough in general? I don't think he's good enough, but I guess we gotta give that chance. Save Man City win the FA Cup. We're definitely getting Europa League. He's staying for sure.
Heroes of grace. I told you. Physicality wise.
Sorry.
Is that class riff?
No.
No.
But yeah, like as well, this summer it all depends on like this summer as well. In
Well,
terms
what do you
of the
mean by
players
that?
we buy. It's like
Okay.
we'll say for example, right? We already know we're signing Esteval. Let's say this summer we then buy Diamande and I don't know, Sesko. Then these owners have learnt nothing.
Mhm.
Then they've learnt nothing and we're doing the same nonsense. But say this summer comes around and we sign Osimhen, or we do everything we can sign Osimhen. If we don't sign Osimhen because of like there's a better option, then there's nothing we can do. But if we do everything we can to sign Osimhen and or sign him or whatever, say we keep the players we get, say we get an improvement at left back, an actual improvement, we get an improvement in goal potentially.
Left wing.
If we sell the players we need to sell, like if Gallagher leaves, if Chilwell leaves, if certain players leave, then I'll know that this ownership group is serious and these directors are serious and we're going in the right direction and we're turning things around. But we have to wait and see. Because I'll be real, like you can say we're on a 5-game unbeaten run. I take it that starts from Villa. During half of those games, because the first half against Villa and the last 2 games we played like shit. Yes, we won, but we played like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing's really changed. Outside the fact we can actually seem to close games out, which is a positive. But outside of that, nothing's really changed. We now have a system that works, but we have no idea if this manager is going to continue with it next season if everyone's fit.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
Well, I just want improvements. Like if we are going next season, another striker, a left winger, and another left back. If we don't try sell Chilwell, that's gonna be crazy because we're talking about selling Cucurella, where Cucurella is actually a solid left back. I don't think he's even that bad, but he needs competition, of course, because Matson's probably going right. So we definitely need another improvement there. But yeah, it's where the club takes it. I don't want to see us keep signing all these young players, by the way, like these Brazilian kids or whatever. Like we do need to sign actual like players for the first team. We don't need to buy depth or this, that, the other. We have enough depth, I think. I see that like we have Matson, Mudryk, and all these players like who could be on the bench and be competition and stuff like that. But time will tell. Time will tell on this season. Is it like 2 months off now? With Chelsea, I think it's 2 months.
I think we returned to preseason late July.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, because you have the Euros and the Copa America.
Yeah, it's late July.
Okay.
Yeah, we still have
Yes.
that.
I don't even know when the transfer market starts either. That starts like in the
End of the month. It's always
Yeah,
June 1st every
June
year.
15th.
June 1st. Okay.
Oh, it's not June 1st.
No, it's
okay,
not.
it's June 15th. For
Okay.
whatever reason.
It's never June
forgot.
1st. It's never June 1st ever. You mean July 1st?
Oh.
Yeah, we've had 5 wins.
That's fine with
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I was gonna say England have the second earliest transfer window, like opening date in the world.
I didn't know that. I thought everyone had the same fucking opening.
Yeah, I
opening day,
don't want
minus
this
the,
club
Saudi
doing.
league.
Most teams in Europe it is the 1st of July, but England it's earlier, and the only country I believe that has an earlier transfer window date is India, which is a day before ours.
Mm-hmm. I mean, let's discuss today's game. Before we actually get into the Thiago Silva part and everything that happened after the match that we didn't actually get to see, unfortunately, due to broadcasting and all that stuff. We weren't at the match day, but today we saw what was arguably potentially, for us, Chelsea goal of the season. Time will tell. We need to evaluate all the goals we scored because we did score a high amount of goals this season, and there are some good goals in there to contend with. But this has to be up there, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and share this. First goal to open up the match was this one, and I think that's not Caicedo. That's Jackson. Yeah, Jackson.
Jackson to Sterling.
Yeah, Jackson finds Sterling, and Sterling just, not quick enough to get there. A little bit of a heavy pass from Jackson, and then the press from Gallagher forcing Neto to do what he did here, and it lands on Caicedo. One touch to square it, and I was saying shoot it because obviously why not? And it is a difficult shot to make. You have to be accurate, the pressure and all that. And he made it. He made the shot. It was, oh my God, now that I see it again, this is really brilliant. He makes the shot. For a second, I thought maybe the defender would, get there and, like a Thiago Silva-esque, fucking get in the air, jump and kick it away or something. But no, it becomes a brilliant goal. And listen, I think he is our most expensive transfer. And now that he's performing well, I'm not hearing the praise be as loud as the criticism. And I don't think that's right. So I think right now I have to say, the Caicedo we've been seeing for the last 5 games has arguably now showing that he was worth every penny. Not to say that earlier in the season there weren't glimmers of it. Earlier in the season he wasn't good. No, he was good. He was solid for a large portion of the season. People just didn't see it. People only want to focus on the negatives and the lowlights. And now we're seeing how he dominates in that midfield, and he's doing so well playing in a position he's much more comfortable in. I mean, Prime, I'm sure you're well aware of the constant criticism of Caicedo. I mean,
actually, not anymore. He hasn't, like I've been saying, in the second half of the season, he's not been getting the criticism from. I'm assuming you're talking about rival, bro. Assuming you're talking about
not even rivals, Chelsea fans as well.
Yeah, rivals and Chelsea fans. He hasn't been getting the criticism the second half of the season. And Marshall, I've said this on here the last few streams. The reason why, it's because he's been performing well. He's been doing his job. So we can't say anything anymore. Conjure no flop.
There's another reason.
You know what? So we focus all the energy on Enzo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
So that's why they don't speak on Caicedo. Let's focus on Enzo. Oh,
right on time.
Injury is just an excuse. Oh, he doesn't look good. Chelsea's running form. Oh, it's because we don't have Enzo. Ooh.
Actually, I'm actually curious. What would happen if Caicedo got injured and Enzo was? You think he would also improve drastically like this?
Yes. Yes,
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy
because we saw it in a game where I think Caicedo went off injured, and so we moved Enzo deeper, and Gallagher went in the pivot, and all of a sudden Enzo looked miles better.
Was that the Man United game?
Shock horror.
Marshall,
shock horror. He looked miles better.
The excuse then would be Caicedo was the one holding Enzo back, and we should sell Enzo or sell Caicedo.
Stupid.
Because no one was doing this nonsense Enzo stuff last season. It was we need to find the right player to put next to Enzo to get more out of him, to get even more out of him.
Well, last year was Jorginho, right? People were saying Jorginho's too slow. We need to get rid of him and all this shit. I mean, that's every season.
Spent too much money on this midfield for it not to work. Poch needs, whether it's Poch or it's a different manager, you need to find a way, make it work. Spend too much money, too much time, make it work.
Well, I mean, I guess let me ask you this, Scott. Do you think there's a way to make Enzo and Caicedo work?
Say again.
Do you think there's a way to make Enzo and Caicedo work?
Yes. Easily.
How would you go about it? Is it because of Lavia? If we had a Lavia that put them 2 as 8s, well, how would you? Yeah.
No. keep the system exactly the same as how it currently is. Just swap back Gallagher for Enzo. There you go. Problem solved.
I mean, okay, playing devil's advocate here. Surface favorite thing. Wouldn't you say that if we did that, then are we putting the role of playing Enzo like kind of as a 10 at that point, which we've seen has not worked this season?
Gallagher doesn't play as a 10.
No, he actually sits deeper with the Caicedo. We've actually seen these two play well together. Like I remember the Aston Villa game in the FA Cup where we dominated them. Them two was sat together pretty close and deep, and I think that's what we're seeing with Caicedo and Gallagher. Gallagher sometimes bomb forwards every now and then, but like he actually sits a lot deeper. I think that's what.
Not even that. This new system thing he's doing with Cucurella and Verti, you can do the same thing, except like either Enzo can go forward and have like an inverted fullback with Caicedo, or allow Caicedo to push forward and press, and have Enzo and the fullback sit and conduct from deep. I don't think it's like Enzo and Caicedo. It's not the best. For me, I'd rather play a midfield 3 than a midfield 2. But Enzo and Caicedo can work. You just have to tweak the system slightly. Don't have Caicedo sitting and Enzo push forward as a 10 and just leave Caicedo exposed on his own. Like have a bit of tactical nous about it. We should not look this bad. Or not now, but in 30 season we shouldn't have looked this bad.
I mean, even today, we didn't look up to snuff, to be honest. It was very much like let's be honest, guys. Today's performance was very reminiscent of a previous Poch performance prior to Aston Villa. Like it just seemed like we just happened to get a result and we got away with it. Like it wasn't very organized. I mean, yeah, we still had Cucurella inverting and all that stuff. It just wasn't. Something was missing. It was a lack of organization. Even Cole Palmer today, not up to snuff. Gallagher was, very, very mostly miss. But from time to time there was a moment here that he did well, but overall just not good. I mean, you got to give him credit for pressing the goalkeeper for the goal. I mean,
that's cool. That's the one. That's the only moment in the game that he had. Outside of that, he was invisible. He was shit. He was useless. Because again, in this
the block.
Cool, and that moment as well. Fair play to him. Outside of those two moments, like nothing. Because again, in this system, he has to cover way less of the ball, and especially if you notice now that he's the way we're playing it now is like he drops into the left space that Cucurella leaves for some reason to pick up the ball, and then he's sometimes the one that has to start our attacks down that side. So you're relying on his ball playing skills a lot more, which he doesn't have. There was literally multiple times in the first half where he picked the ball up and we'd nearly lose it or would lose it, and then he picked the ball up again after recovering it and then nearly lose it again.
I remember the one we did that loop pass across goal. That was scary at times.
Oh yeah, that one as well. It's just casually sabotaging us by playing.
He was really frustrating today. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But again,
he's shit, and this is why if you just replace him with Enzo, and then either have Enzo doing the stuff you've asked him to do, or have him do what Caicedo is doing, have Caicedo doing the stuff that Gallagher does, where he moves around lock. No, but it's different with Nkunku, right? Because the thing with Nkunku is you've then got to work out what he's doing on the defensive side. With Enzo, it's not like there's no change because he's a midfielder anyway. But he's way better on the ball. Whereas with Nkunku, it's like on the defense, he's then got to drop into midfield because we defend in like a 4-4-2 or a 5 attack sometimes, like today at points. So it's a bit more difficult to work out in terms of positioning. But with Enzo, it's easy. Just literally plays the same position and it's better.
And this is why. What's that?
I don't know what he's showing.
I can't read that.
All right, I'll send it later. It's just the Gallagher stuff, innit?
Yeah, and this
I
is
think
why.
I have it anyways.
And this
Yeah,
is
I
why,
think I have it.
Even the good form or whatever we're showing now at the back end of the season, or the end of the season. The reason why I don't say it's enough to justify keeping Poch is because how badly we've looked tactically. some of our we spent, particularly the midfield, we spent so much money on it. You have to get it right, and it's been so shambolic. Our defense looks so open constantly. Those are two major problems that you have to now. So if you stay, fine, but you have to sort it out. You can't look this open defensively. Our midfield cannot be this shambolic. You have to sort it out.
Especially with the amount of quality that we know is in that midfield. I need a lot more consistency from them, and there needs to they can't be looking this off it. I mean, not to say they have, because I keep catching myself. It's like they've definitely. How do I word this? I think what I'm looking to say is that all of us Chelsea fans know that Enzo and Caicedo this season could have been a lot better. Pardon me. Could have been a lot better. And with Poch, we've just not seen those levels that we know that these players could be. We've seen it in moments. You know, Enzo definitely had a man of the match performance against Liverpool. Luton was another brilliant match for him. Then Aston Villa as well. Brighton. There's been moments. We need to see what we've seen from Caicedo in these last 5 games throughout most of the season. And same thing goes for Enzo.
We've seen the moments of individual brilliance, but we need the system, the tactics, to allow the players to be consistent.
Yeah.
We also saw it last season.
Yeah. We entered Rice.
What?
So,
had
Marshall,
him
move on. He's being
No, but if I'm being honest, I just want to go back to Gallagher stuff. Obviously, there's reports that obviously Baghdad Bali speaking to him. Whether or not anything happens, you know,
I mean, I'll show it. Might as well.
Yeah, whether or not anything happens because of that, you know, is another thing entirely at the end of the day. We'll see. Maybe next week or the week after we hear, you know, new contract. But we know what happened with Lewis Hall. He got a new contract, and then 2 weeks later he got sold. So. You know what I mean? The game's the game. Same with even Chalobah. They got Chalobah to sign a new deal, and now they're trying to sell him off. So, you know what I mean? I feel like the club just loves signing guys to contracts and then be like, yeah, you retain the value now. Let's sell him now. That's what they've done before, bro.
My 2 cents on the situation right now. I think this season has changed. Okay. I think that we've recently seen reports stating that the ownership are not in a hurry or are not going to try to pressure Chalobah or Gallagher to sign because they're good on FFP right now. It seems that's being reported by Ornstein.
Just quickly, Marshall.
And so, real quick, let me just land. So as a
Chalobah
result,
signed already. I just want to let you know that Chalobah's already signed. He signed last summer. Remember?
I know. I'm aware. I'm just iterating that the ownership are not in a hurry to sell these players because FFP is good for this season, and they still have time on their contract. So, I partially think that quite a few of the outlets are reiterating what was being said last summer as a rehashing the story, keeping people engaged and interested. This is just another idea, right? I don't think this is what could actually be the case, but just another food for thought. And so I also feel that because of the way the season went this season, the owners are going to come back to these contracts. And let's be honest as well, people. I think you could hash out that part of the reason that there's been no talks of another contract and stuff is partially because the season is still going. You want the players to focus on the season and the team and all that. I'm not saying that's what happened. That could be what happened. And now that we're at the end of the season, just like with Poch, I think the ownership and the recruitment are going to look and evaluate each player and see, okay, depending on what we do with Poch, now let's look at these players, and are these going to work with Poch, and are they even good enough? So we might start hearing different news and stuff, the real news and updates on Gallagher this summer. That's another perspective I'm willing to put out there.
Right. It's very simple. It's very simple. If he doesn't sign a contract, he's going. You're going to try and sell him. Very simple. That's all it is. There was even a report yesterday. Yesterday came out. And Pies retweeted that there's still no breakthrough. Contract talks yesterday with Gallagher. So if he's not going to sign, they're going to try and sell him. They've said they're not going to allow people to leave on a free. It's not going to now. They might have to end up taking less than what they thought, but they're not going to allow him to leave on a free. So that's what it is. Caliber, a different story. Signed a 6-year contract last season, still got 5 years. So there's no pressure to sell Caliber whatsoever because he's got 5 years left. So there's no pressure on them whatsoever. Gallagher's the one because he's got a year left.
Yeah. Exactly. But I just think they probably will get him to sign a contract, whether or not is of the length that maybe everyone's expecting of 5-6 years. I don't think so. You're probably going to see something like maybe a 3-year deal or 4-year deal. They're probably signing to with one eye on the idea. Maybe this summer, if someone comes with a good offer, he's gone.
Get rid of him.
Sorry, bro.
He said get rid of him, which obviously
no. But that's the point I'm trying to make. I think for me, it makes sense that they gotta sign him on like a 3-year deal just to make sure he has 4 years left on his deal, and then you have the idea similar to what they just did with Chalobah. You get him on the market because he maintains value. Because like the thing of 1 year, because like think of it, like, he's got 1 year left. Because the thing he's got 1 year left, right? From the
he's
summer.
got 1 year left after the summer, yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, he's in his last season. The problem is, if you want to get the rumored 50 million from him, people are gonna look at you and say, he's got 1 year left in his deal. How can you ask us for 50 million pounds? So, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, if you're being honest, innit? Like last year. But Mount had 1 year left in his deal. But then
yeah.
You know what? I forgot then. You know what? I hold my hands up on that one actually.
Photographic memory, right, Ahmed? Is that what you said?
No, I genuinely forgot about one because again,
if you want to spin it even more, then you can. As all the rivals keep telling us, he's had a great year.
That's fair enough for you.
He's had a great year. As everyone keeps telling us, he's your best midfielder. He's had a great year.
Exactly.
All right, then
I hate that. I hate that.
It makes sense. It makes sense why you forgot, because as soon as you realized Mount was going, you knew your boy Gallagher would get the armband. So.
See? You know, man. Come on, man. Big up.
That's why you have an agenda against Reece. More game time for Gallagher.
Hey, yo, chill out, man. Chill out. You don't need the captaincy tag. Get more game time. Hey. We're not doing that, man. We're not doing that. But good one.
I figured you out. Absolutely.
You got me, man.
You're absolutely right. Mount had different achievements, but he did fuck all the last year he was here. So and he was coming off a bad season and he was going into last year. So Gallagher's in the contract year, and he's had, by his standards, by what everyone else keeps telling us, a very good year. So if he's not going to sign, you want him, pay him.
Again, guys, you need to remember, Everton out of nowhere decided to give this guy a base price of £45 million, by the way. It's not even the club that decided to give him that price range. Everton thought, let's get him for 45 million. If they didn't do that, Gallagher's price would not be the price the club is asking for as of right now.
If Bruno G leaves Newcastle, what's to stop Newcastle coming in? Spurs?
There's interest.
Villa.
You know what, man? It wouldn't surprise me if you could probably sell Gallagher more than Mount. I can't lie to you. In this current market, if they get desperate, I think you could actually get more money.
I've been saying this, and I know you guys don't agree with me, but I genuinely think that in this
I think that's
season,
a hot take, but I think you could do that, man. If you play your cards right, I think you could.
I think you could too. I could see 55 or 60, but I genuinely think, and I've said this, in this season we've seen that Conor Gallagher can be a better player than Mason Mount. He hasn't reached the levels that Mason Mount reached in his season with Lampard and Tuchel, where we won the Champions League, but I genuinely think that Conor Gallagher is up at that level, and I think has potential to be better than Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount's done.
And I had this argument like a week or so ago.
I know Scott doesn't agree with me.
I feel like yeah,
Oh.
if you can get Newcastle desperate enough, yeah, post a Bruno G sell, you can
Ahmed,
get
Ahmed,
sell Gallagher
guys.
price.
Bruno's linked with a move to Man United. Paqueta, it looks like he's going to Man United. That's West
Man
Ham and
City.
Newcastle.
No. Paqueta. What are you talking about? Paqueta.
He knows, he
Yeah,
understands.
yeah. Okay.
I meant Man City, yeah. That's two clubs, Newcastle and West Ham, who will need midfielders. And you also put in Spurs, who are also linked. That's
Plus-
3.
Plus, in the chat, TKL said Man United tax. What was the excuse with Havertz to Arsenal then? There's no Man United tax there. I'm just saying.
With the
You get the
Champions
price.
League goal.
We get the price. We get the price for these guys. These everyone. Oh, how you? Last year, how are you going to sell all these people? Bam, bam, bam. Saudi for the people that that no one really rates. Off you go. The ones we got rid
We
of.
know how to sell players. We know how to sell players. For
Yo,
Chelsea.
if
We know
you
this, so
could
we've
go to
always-
United,
So and as you said, we're not in desperate. According to reports, we don't have a deadline now to sell players. That's gone. June 30th one's gone apparently. So there's no rush, right? Let's see. I would actually do this, unless like a ridiculous bid comes in before the tournament starts. I assume he's going to go with England to the Euros. I just assume if he plays whatever like that, add a few, and then people say, "Oh, he did really well," or "He really ran around really well," and adds another 5 million to it or something like that. Then wait till after the tournament, stuff like that. There's no reason to rush.
There's no rush, yeah.
Rush a sale at this moment in time. There's no deadline whatsoever. So people in the chat, "Oh, you're not going to get this much for him." Okay, fine. Don't bid for him then. Isn't it?
By the way, I don't care how much we get from. I don't care how much we get, as long as he's gone.
Duvan, again, listen, I think a lot of people have their various opinions. I would like to personally keep Gallagher. That's just my opinion at the end of the day. But listen, if he's not going to sign the contract and he's got 1 year left, why are we going to keep him until he becomes a free? He's just a depreciating asset at the end of the day. So it is.
Let me ask people in the chat. From what I've seen from this guy who came into a Premier League club in January. What is it that Gallagher is better than Adam Wharton at?
Say Adam Lallana.
No, Wharton.
No, Adam Wharton than the Palace midfielder.
Wharton at Palace. What is Gallagher better at than Wharton? What's he better than? What's he better than?
Also, do you know what I find jokes? Because we had this conversation, I think, on Lewis's stream yesterday, or whenever it was the Esteval one. I think it might have been yesterday. If our academy is as good as people think it is, we'll just find another one. Because that's what we did before. Yeah. We had Loftus-Cheek.
That's true.
He got injured. Cool. We had Mount come through. We got rid of Mount. Cool. Gallagher comes through, and he's meant to be the next best one. Who's to say that Castledean can't be the next one afterwards? Who's then to say that, I know, Dyer can't be the next one afterwards? Who's then to say the next dude? If our academy is apparently as good as people think it is.
But Dorian,
hang on.
Matt's Nation, man.
Two things in the chat. Getting stuck in. Okay, well, if that's an attribute of whatever. And here we go.
Can I actually get tangible? What does that mean?
Typical answers. Fighting for the badge, all that bollocks. And then someone's put Gallagher represents Chelsea, whether you like it or not. And that's a problem for me. That is a big... Hang on. If you don't see that as a problem, people who think like that, then we're in bigger trouble than I thought we were. If he represents us, then liquidate this club right now. I swear to God, right now. Start AFC Chelsea. Seriously, start it right now, because I don't want him he should not be the face that represents us whatsoever.
I mean,
Gallagher wasn't. He's been propelled into this. There's Potts probably bought into that bullshit about I need someone to represent the club. Blah, 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 blah.
Do you know what's jokes? He represents the club so much that last season he was our second highest minutes in a team that finished 12th. Second highest minutes.
He's not that bad, but he's not a starter. If you want to do so.
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing that people need to take away from this. Go ahead.
Gallagher does represent the club. To be fair, He aired the black guy. He's a proper Chelsea guy. Anyways,
Jesus Christ, dude.
do you guys remember they're coming through after Mount and Reece James and them, man? It was supposed to be Tino Anjorin. You guys remember? Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Anjorin. I wonder what happened to Tino Anjorin. Why he's not here anymore? I wonder why.
You got a crowbar to his knee in training, and no one saw it.
Nah, he's not proper.
actually-
There's a guy in a balaclava.
I don't even know where he is now. I'll be honest.
Isn't he at Huddersfield?
I have no idea where he went.
I don't know where
I
he is.
think-
He's fallen
I
off.
have no idea.
Well, no, I think he's at
I
Coventry.
don't know.
He's somewhere in the Championship. Somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's somewhere.
Listen,
Yeah,
man,
man,
Alex Matos,
that's quite funny.
Alex Matos, man, we will be there, man, no matter what. You know what I mean? We got
Now
to
rebound for the proper Chelsea. I like that. That's a good. That's a
No,
good
he's not
line.
proper Chelsea.
Matos is not white enough.
Very.
No, that's
funny.
what I'm saying. We're gonna do a reverse Una, man, this time. Let's give you a reverse Una.
Yeah. Like,
Hang
Hang on,
sorry,
hang on,
back
hang on.
to
Can you
this.
hang on. This has got to be trolling. Can you put Zelex's comment up, please? This has got to be trolling, or else you are proper Chelsea.
Xenex.
No, I think he's a rival fan. I'll be real, based on a couple of his other comments.
Okay, cool. If you're a rival fan, then yeah, okay.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think
no.
he's wrong. Gallagher and Gilchrist do
They're
represent
academy
Chelsea.
products. They're academy
No,
products, but are they academy products you want to keep?
No.
Not really.
But Marshall, for Chelsea fans, the proper Chelsea.
Mhm.
Gallagher and
Yeah,
Gilchrist
yeah.
that represents.
Listen,
Not Reece
in a
James. Not Reece James.
yeah,
Supposed to.
yeah.
You know what? Do you know what I
In a
will
few-
say
Go
about
ahead.
Gilchrist? If another manager comes in, I'll be so real. Gilchrist is not playing the squad. If an actual manager that's smart and savvy, you will not be seeing Gilchrist play as often as people like to imagine.
I agree. I don't think he gets in. I don't think he plays if everyone's fit.
Exactly.
I think
I mean-
Gilchrist gets alone anyway.
I
I agree,
think
Chris. I think he goes on loan next. I think he goes
I
on loan.
think
Until a few
he
starts
can
here
leave
and
too.
there.
Do you know who you have to blame for this?
He
You know
can-
you have to blame? You have to blame Reece James for this. You know what I mean? If Reece James
No.
was fit enough,
all right.
you know what I
Let's
mean? This
be
could have been a record.
serious. Let's be
That's what I'm saying.
serious.
Blame
Let's
Reece
be
James.
serious
You know what I mean?
because I
Yeah,
think
it's
I
not
think
right.
I think it's
what I'm
moments like
saying,
this where, although I agree with you guys, based off of what we've seen this season, I think it's moments like this where I have to iterate this. There's over 90 of you guys watching. Smash the like button, please, because it helps out the channel. I'm gonna set out a goal for chat today because our last stream we got really close to 100 likes. Let's end. This is the last game of the season. We got to Europa. We're in 6th place. Let's try to aim for 100 likes.
We
Those
haven't
of you
got
who
Europa,
just put the
by the way.
Europa, potentially we're in
We
Europe,
haven't got
but
Europa.
potentially Europe, but we're in Europe.
I know
We could potentially be in Europa. So, ladies and gents, I will say, please, if you're watching us in the background, if you just put your phone down, just pick up your phone, takes 5 seconds, and go ahead and smash a like. But what I was actually gonna say
Oh
is
my
that
God.
what I was actually gonna say is that I think
Let's read the comment, man.
I'll get to it in a minute. I think what we need to actually take into consideration is that let's be patient with some of these players before we actually write them off. Like, I understand Gilchrist doesn't look good. I'm not impressed with him. As far as I'm aware, he could go now, and I wouldn't bat an eye. But who's to say that in a year, in 2 years, he actually develops? Because I was saying the same thing about Amari Hutchinson, and now I'm having little arguments here and there with some of the panelists about how impressive he's been at Ipswich. And I was not impressed with him at all under Potter. So time will tell. Obviously, the fans don't make it easy to like these players or support these players. What happened?
He barely played under Potter, Marshall. So
He played one game.
Yeah, and so is Alfie Gilchrist. Alfie Gilchrist
But can
hasn't
we
really
be
played
honest?
too much.
Can I be honest though, Marshall?
Yeah.
No, he has.
Listen,
You said you-
Amari Hutchinson is a talented player, all that.
hold on, Ahmed.
But listen,
Hold on, Ahmed.
pure profit.
Hold
FC.
on, Ahmed. Marshall, you said
Maybe.
you said he barely played. You said you weren't impressed with him under Potter. He barely played.
Yeah, in the few minutes that he's played, I've not seen anything that impressed me.
You compared
no,
it
hang
with-
on.
you compared
Gilchrist
it
had
with
big
Gilchrist. He's played a lot. He's played a lot this season.
He's played a fair amount. He's actually came on a fair few times.
It's what, maybe under 400 minutes this season?
Um,
Look up the stats.
That's like 400 minutes more than Hutchinson played.
Amari barely got 100 minutes.
Oh, wait, no.
Did
this
Amari
is-
even? Wait, when did Amari play last season?
under
He got
played
subbed
one
on
game
against
against
City
Bournemouth
in
or something.
one of the cup games. But
He played one game against
come on.
Bournemouth, I think.
Come on.
He didn't even-
I mean, yeah,
No,
that's the point.
Wait, but don't you guys think? Don't you guys think
played
it's I think it'd be fair to see what happens to the player as he develops.
No,
Like
fuck him.
I understand. Like Lewis Hall maybe didn't impress everyone when he first came in because he's also playing
he
a
did.
left back position when not everyone.
No, Marshall. What are you talking about? Lewis Hall came in against City for his first appearance out of position at left back and didn't look out of place. Looked good. Gilchrist has played at
I
right
disagree.
back because he can't play at centre back and has looked okay, dog shit.
I agree with that second part. I disagree with the Lewis Hall thing because for me, I think our team was so shit that any semblance of somewhat competence made it look good. I would have been interested. I would have been interested in seeing Lewis Hall in this team this season.
I disagree, Marshall. I disagree, Marshall.
How are you saying? No, how are you saying?
Yeah, I
I
disagree
agree, Lewis Hall.
massively.
Marshall, how are you saying that we should be like saying that we shouldn't be too quick to judge Gilchrist, but yet you're saying that Hutchinson didn't show anything last season?
Yeah.
Which is that's the reason that hold on. No uncomfortable conversations. I literally am showing you why I am wrong. Because I am proven to be wrong about Amari Hutchinson. So because I judge Amari Hutchinson early, I'm trying to give the same notion to Alfie Gilchrist. Maybe I shouldn't judge him early because Amari Hutchinson is now proving me wrong. Listen, we'll see what happens with Amari Hutchinson when he comes to the first team. But he's having a good season, and I thought he was shit when I first saw him. Listen, you a lot of people on this panel and in the chat see a player for a few amount of times and they think they know how good he is from the get-go. I understand that Gilchrist has played a handful of games. I'm not impressed with him. I don't think he's that great. I don't know what the fuck John Terry sees in him, but who knows? A full season actually playing at center back or whatever position he's going to be developing in at another club in championship next season, maybe he changes opinions and turns heads. It could happen. That's all I'm saying.
No,
So I want to.
hold on. My point is that you're
Prime then,
saying
Ahmed.
with Gilchrist we've seen enough of that we shouldn't be too
I
quick to
don't
judge.
think we've seen enough of him.
Oh,
It's his
yes,
first
but-
season. He
but
only
no,
came in
but-
halfway through the season, 400 minutes.
Okay, we haven't seen enough of him 400 minutes, but we saw barely nothing of Hutchinson, and you're saying that you're not moved. Like,
Okay, you're
that's-
not Prime. You are not
Okay.
understanding what I'm trying to get at by saying that. Real quick, Ahmed, before the only reason I brought that up is because you are now. What I did for Hutchinson is what you guys are seeming to do for. Oh my God, for Alfie Gilchrist, and I was wrong then, which is why I'm bringing it up. That's why. So now I've learned my lesson from being wrong about Hutchinson then, and I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt to Alfie Gilchrist. That's the only point of me bringing it up. Ahmed, go ahead.
Okay, my
I
bad.
just don't
Sorry.
understand. Yeah, there's two things here. So I'm gonna start with the lesser one, which is Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall was playing full FA Cup games, by the way, before he was even playing regularly under at points under Potter, and he was doing really well going forward and everything like that. I don't know how you can write him off that quickly when he was having very good performance. I think he got a man of the match performance as well in one of the FA Cup games last season too.
I didn't write him off quickly. I just put a caveat on it because I wasn't sure if he was actually good or the rest of our team was actually that shit. Because last season, let's be honest, our team sucked. And so any little semblance of like someone showing effort, because the team had dropped tools. The team had basically down tools for Potter and Lampard.
Marshall, yeah, but
I can't
Marshall,
believe what I'm reading.
but
By
that's
the
it.
way. I can't believe what the fuck I'm reading.
But by the way, but Marshall, by that same token, I could then say the same thing about Badeshaw this season then. But Badeshaw showing his true colours this season because that means last season what I was seeing from him wasn't real. But that same token, you get what I'm saying to you. But listen, I disagree.
Time will tell about
big time.
Badisha because
No,
at
no,
the
no,
same time, I'm holding this summer. If
Then
a good
could
fee
be-
comes for Badisha, maybe I entertain it.
Then the same thing could be said about Enzo then. Enzo last season was looking
Sure.
good. This season not so much as well. So then, are we saying then? Are we saying we've seen his true level now that he's back?
I mean, Enzo had a hernia since December, so he's kind of having more of an excuse than
Bale has been out injured for part of the season.
Yeah,
different parts of the season. But you got the point I'm trying to make. I just don't think that's
I don't understand how you're comparing players that came from injury versus Lewis Hall that was in a really shit team.
The point you're making is that, you're saying Lewis Hall probably was shit because, I didn't
say that either.
Tools. No, but
what are you hearing? At what point did I say Lewis Hall was shit?
You're basically saying that because the team looks so bad, that's what's making him look good. So therefore, you're saying he's not a good player.
That could be. That's why I said there's a caveat to it. I think he had a good appearance, but it was a caveat because I want to see what he looks like when our team is improved. Because let's also get something right. Let's also get something right.
I want to add one more point before you go. He even played the season before, by the way. Yeah, under Tuchel himself, by the way. Yeah, in this Tuchel second season where he was playing quite well in the FA Cup games too. So that's why for me, I just can't get behind that point in Lewis Hall, in my personal opinion.
I don't know who agrees with me on this, but I feel like there's a little bit of revisionism with Lewis Hall because as much as we want to remember that, yes, going forward he did look promising and he looked somewhat competent, he had a lot of defensive fragilities. He wasn't the guy defensively.
Okay, I think Lewis Hall is average. He was also average.
Does anyone
he's a midfielder and fullback. Average.
The thing about Gilchrist, whether he's good or not, did anyone seriously watch Trevor Chalobah before Tuchel put him in? Like really watched him. And it took me.
We knew he had experience though. Yeah.
Right, but it took me that game to go, okay, I can see something. I think Gilchrist is just, and to be fair to him, we've been playing at right back, and I think he's more as centre back.
Yeah, that's another notion.
He plays centre back. Centre back.
He hasn't played centre back for the rest of it.
He's too small.
He played one game.
He played as RC.
He played one game and was not very good. He was also too small.
He's too small to play centre back.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even comparing him. Cannavaro always had that issue, didn't he? So,
the thing of go ahead, bro.
So, I'm just saying, I'm going to get to that. No. Where's that?
Which one?
I think it's
the scandalous one about Cahill and Aspie.
Vic is the Vic is 11:29. 11:29.
Yes, originally was me. Gary Cahill was one of the most sought after young defenders when we signed him. We were the only ones linked to him when we signed him. He moved from Villa to Bolton and played well. So Gary Cahill, there was already buzz about him. Aspilicueta, no one knew about him, stuff like that. And then I don't think he did play that much in his first season. And then Mourinho put him to left back, and he was the best left back, let alone right back.
Yeah, but Aspilicueta was playing in Marseille. Was he not one of the best?
Yeah, but if we were, let's be general. No one knew about Aspilicueta before he signed for Chelsea. No one knew about him. No Chelsea.
No. But I'm just using this thing of these Aspie and Cahill not being good before they joined Chelsea.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, Aspie was already question marks, but if you'd been watching Gary Cahill at the time, there wasn't any. Maybe there wasn't question marks about how good he can be, but he was a stage of he's good. You know what I mean? I can see why we're linked to him, and we should sign him and stuff like that. This one, what's he said? Oh yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, so we're never going to know. Gilchrist, fortunate this season without the injuries, or else he wouldn't even get a look in. Might not even be training with the first team squad. Let's be honest, with no injuries. If we buy another centre back and everyone's fit, loan.
Yeah, I think that's the proper plan.
Murray Hutchinson is not getting a chance at this club, especially next season. He's going to go. Sign a new contract or be sold, and if he signs a new contract, he's going back on loan to Ipswich or wherever.
That's what's being said, yeah. But that's the thing where I'm getting at, right? It's let's see what happens with another loan, and we'll make a decision from there. Because as far as I'm aware, it seems that to me, he's likely to get sold, Alfie Gilchrist.
Good.
It's pure profit. But I think also we need to be honest with ourselves. I think a good amount of hatred, I think a good amount of dislike for Gilchrist comes from the fandom. Let's just be honest. It's another one of those kind of situations.
That comment in the chat, Gilchrist wouldn't make it at Benfica's academy. All right.
If you take the fandom out of it, then it's like, okay, He's just another prospect. He's very raw.
No. If you take the fandom out of it, he's just another dude. He's another Josh McEachran. Like he's not special in any way. We've gotten rid of better players than him. It's the same as the Gallagher thing. We've gotten rid of way better players than him. This is a centre back who can't play centre back.
I don't think he's promising.
He can't play centre back in this system because he's A, not good enough with his feet, and B, not tall enough. So he has to play right back, and he can't play right back to an adequate level because he has no attacking instinct. Fuck the one goal he scored. He has no attacking instinct. So even if we're looking to loan him, what's the plan with the loan? Is it to loan him to a club where he's going to play right back, or is it to loan him to a club where he's going to play centre back?
And that's what I'm curious about, because let's see what the future holds for him in terms of what position he's going to be playing. And let's see how he looks like.
Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you, Vic. Let me tell you, Vic, right now. Villas-Boas had nothing to do with signing Gary Cahill, like most of the managers at this club. He had nothing to do with signing Gary Cahill whatsoever. That was a board decision. Nothing to do with Villas-Boas. Villas-Boas was barely hanging on to his job in January 2012. So don't even bring that with me.
Yeah.
I just want to say quickly, we had guys.
No club. I don't believe you. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I don't believe in no club.
Listen, we had a guy like Mark Gurhey, who we could have given a centre back role to. We've had guys like Tomori. You know what I'm saying to you? So we clearly have a good centre back. Maybe you could say conjecture, but like again with Gilchrist, again, I don't have that much to say about him because again I've seen him. I don't have anything to say about. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he can turn out good, maybe he doesn't. But the problem is, we've seen a lot of him. I would argue we've seen a lot of him.
Yeah,
we've seen him play, and that's
a good amount. Yeah, I think we've seen a handful of games to see like, okay, this guy definitely needs to play on loan or something.
I think another problem that comes with, at least for me personally, like I look at Gilchrist, like I just don't rate him. I don't think he's anything special. I think he's average. And also the fact of he is a failed centre back playing at right back, and this guy has taken minutes that should have been given to Josh Achimpong and Dylan Williams. The fact of Gusto has had to play left back when we've had a left back in our academy, Dylan Williams, who could have played there.
That's on the manager.
I was about to say, like, it's a little unfair to put that on Gilchrist.
I know but that's not on. I know it's not on Gilchrist per se, but that's another thing where he's taken minutes because of the manager.
I think I see what you're saying.
Taking minutes away from better players.
That needs to be, like we said.
Yeah.
No, you'll say it, but
I know, and it's not fair.
That needs to be mentioned to the manager. That's one of the things that. On a side note, that's one of the things that needs to be. No. That's one of the things that when they do this review, it's one of the things that goes in Poch's column. The fact that we had these long-term injuries that we knew were going to be out for months, and he didn't get people properly prepared, like an Achimpong or something like that, give them minutes. That's what made me mad. That who are these people on the bench? Well, if your manager had actually done his job and actually started to give them minutes, you'd feel more comfortable with who's on the bench because you would have gone, at least that guy's played a few games or something like that. He can come in for the last 20 minutes and do things. And that's one of the things that goes against that.
Yeah. Actually, now that we're actually discussing, what the season could have been if we had just made some different moves here or there. Nearly 90 of you guys watching. Let's try to get to 100 likes today. We're only at 36, so smash up those like buttons if you haven't done so already. Let's go over the second goal. And this is, Ahmed's favorite goal. Raheem Sterling gets on the scoreboard again. 3 games, 2 goals. I think, we see it here. Obviously, goalkeeping could have been better. Let's be real about that. But the fact that Sterling scored again, you can't look past that. Now, I guess the question is, it doesn't look like there's any news or links that he's going to be going anywhere. So he's going to remain here next season. Time will tell, obviously. There's no winner to the war yet, Ahmed. But I think, I don't know. Overall, I don't think he's had a good season. I think it's been lackluster. I think in the form of, having experienced players lead the line and be the role model for the younger, younger ones. I mean, I think it's been underwhelming for Raheem Sterling. But we do have him here next season. I guess the question that I want to ask is, do we rely on him again, or should we look to replace him? You're muted, Ahmed.
Oh, need me. Oh, sorry. We should look to move him on with immediate effect. And listen, you know, I will give credit where credit is due. I mean, I'm not that much of a dickhead. He has scored key goals for us in this game and in the Nottingham Forest game. There's no denying that at all. But, and I will always, this is the key word, but, yeah. But the problem is we're expecting way more from this guy. And, you know, something that I think is really kind of annoyed me per se is that, you know, of all the players that you could argue Poch has given, you know, their most favorable position, the most amount of freedom, it's him. Poch has, you know, tried to, you know, even give him, you know, he gave him which you know, wing to play on, gave him, you know, the stuff that he likes to do in terms of being direct, doing this thing that he does, and you know, he's not really, I would argue, necessarily taking advantage of that. You look at the goals that he scored. How can a guy like Madueke, he's only just started playing towards the mid to end of the season, have almost a similar amount of goal to you? I think he's only at like 2 more than him, and Mudrik's only 2 behind him too, if I'm not mistaken. So
but
you look
behind him though.
No, but it's only by 2. This is meant to be. This is meant to be. We don't know about Marshall. This is meant to be.
I understand, but at the end of the day, he has better GN than both of them.
No, but you I think.
Yeah, but Ahmed, let's not do this, because we're also praising Madueke and Mudryk. But in the same bracket, they're not doing better than a poor Sterling.
But yes, but no, we shouldn't give them credit too. By the way, we shouldn't give them credit too as well. That's the one. Yeah, that's what I'm trying
that's
to.
That's why I have to point that out.
That's the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is these guys have only started playing midway to halfway through the season. Madueke in particular, Mudryk's been playing in short bursts whenever, you know, Pochettino decides he can actually start playing games, right? And even them are quite close to a poor Sterling, and that's kind of what's worrying me, to be honest, because like, you know. For me, you know, he's meant to be the elder statesman, whether he wanted me or not, meant to be helping lead the line in terms of goals. Let's say maybe assists less so, because I don't know him that much as an assist. I would say more so as a goal scorer, and he's not producing that many goals for us. That's what it comes down to, simply.
I so disagree with him.
No, bro, he's not carrying his load. Whether you want to be honest, bro, he's not carrying his load. Jackson,
first of all, I don't care about Sterling's load like you do, so.
See, that's a you problem. See, that's a you problem, man. That's a you problem, mate. You know,
no, that's a you problem.
That's a you problem, big man.
I can't believe
that's a you problem. You know what I mean? Whether you wanted me or not, yeah. Let's look at I was at Sterling as a starter, yeah. Sterling, Jackson, and Cole Palmer for the majority of the season have started as 3, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Jackson, I would argue, has exceeded the standard I expected from him. Cole Palmer has exceeded the standard I expected from him. Raheem Sterling is not met his standards. It's as simple as that.
Okay. And Caicedo also hasn't hit the standards we expect from him.
Correct. Correct.
Hold on, Ahmed. But we talk about how Poch is not getting the best out of certain players in this team.
But he's given Sterling.
Let Prime land. Let Prime land, please.
I interrupt you. I beg. Listen.
Okay.
Don't let me say.
My apologies, OG.
We say that Poch is not getting the best out of a lot of players in the squad. Does the same not kind of apply for Sterling? Sterling's game, at least not anymore, shouldn't be about being direct and running at players and picking the ball up from deep. He should be about getting on the end of chances. If we know when he gets on the end of chances, he can score, he can finish. Listen, if we keep him, we get rid. I don't care. I never wanted him at the club in the first place. I always knew he wasn't the player that people wanted to hype him up to be when he was at Man City and for England. However, he's here now, and I said this at the start of the season that I trust him to get goals for us if we put him in the situations to score. If we keep him, and so long as hopefully the manager's not Poch, but so long as next season we play him to be at the end of chances that we're creating, I trust him to be getting goals. However, if we're still using him in this where he's part of the build-up and there's no real structure or whatever, then he's got to go because he's not like intelligent enough to be a freestyle, quote unquote, freestyle football. But like, I don't care either way. I'm not demanding that we get rid. I don't really necessarily mind either way. I agree that we need another winger or forward ahead of him. That he shouldn't be a starter. But am I screaming like Ahmed talking about winning wars? No, because like my energy is not in Sterling. Like, I don't
even speak about that. You know.
By the way,
you scored a goal today.
You can't. The thing about you, Ahmed, you can't have a go at Sterling for what he's done because you don't rate him. So you can't then go back at him and go, "Well, he's not done what I expected him to do or what I expected him to do," because you don't rate him.
He's done what
the reason.
Actually, he's exceeded what you thought he couldn't do. So he's actually done far better. If we're using your logic, he's done far better than what you thought he couldn't do.
I mean, to be fair, to add on to real quick, Prime, to add on to, Surfer's point, we were talking about the pecking order of the attack, right? Jackson getting 15 goals, no, actually more than 15 goals, right? Almost 20 goals this season in the Premier League. Cole Palmer. Next on that pecking order, it's Raheem Sterling. It's Raheem Sterling. Who else is next in that pecking order? Nani Madueke didn't have more GA. Mudryk didn't have more GA. Nkunku was out for most of the injury. So, I mean, yes, in my opinion, based on the salary that he's earning and the experienced player that he is, yeah, it's been underwhelming, but he's also the best thing we have there. In terms of statistically, GA. Bahraim, I interrupted. You were going to say something.
Yeah, like, again, Ahmed's talking about how bad Sterling is. But yeah, a bad Sterling season is still better than bright talents Madueke and Muber. Like, again, if we get rid of Sterling, fine. If we keep him, fine. I agree we need another winger ahead of him or another forward, whatever, if you're going to put it's not ahead of him. But to act as if he can have no impact on this team next season is ridiculous. Act as if he still cannot get goals is ridiculous. The guy's still a big game player. How many goals has he scored in big games for us this season? How many goals has he been able to score against lesser sides this season, the relegation sides? Like, he can be a help in this team.
But the problem is,
I'll be real.
Go ahead.
This Sterling thing for me comes down to one very simple question: is he a starter next season? Because if the answer to that question is no, which I think it is if everyone's healthy, because I think either Jackson or Nkunku will be on that left wing. True. Yeah. So if he is not a starter next season, then you get rid of him. Because I'm sorry, unless you're Manchester City, I don't think he will go, by the way. But I'm saying you need to find a way to either get rid of him or get his wages down. Because you cannot be having, unless you're City or United, you can't be having 325 grand a week on the bench. For me, you can't be having that on the bench.
I think he signed a 5-year. So he's going.
He signed a 5-year. He's here till 2027.
He signed a 5-year when he joined.
Yep.
Yes.
For 45 mil.
Oh, wow.
He'll be 33, I think, when he leaves.
Wallahi, I'm not holding anything. Pause.
Yeah.
Derry, you can hold that, man. Derry, man.
Again, it's 45 million pounds for 5 years. So again, it looked like a good deal back then, but it's one of those situations. It is one of those situations where, I mean, time is going to tell with Sterling. I think I'm with Prime. I don't want to keep him, but I'm not going to discredit that there have been moments this season where he's been useful. But at the same time, I also agree with Ahmed. He's not lived up to what I expected from him. But at the end of the day, when you look at it statistically, he's been the best thing we've had this on the left wing this season.
Bro, if that goal stands in that Carabao Cup final, and we win it, you'll look
that's
at
another one. Yeah, it's another point. Ahmed won't, but I would. No, again, he's a frustrating player. And go ahead.
We'll look at him differently. Ahmed's not person.
If he passed it a couple more times, probably look at him different this season.
That's also true. And again, you look at Sterling, and one of the things that I see about from Sterling is
Okay,
that
finish properly.
yeah, that's true. From the left wing, or just in general in the attack, he does put himself in those situations, and then he just bottles it. But the fact that he puts himself in that situation, I think, puts him ahead of the rest in the pecking order in terms of like creating a goal scoring opportunity or putting himself in a good opportunity.
You know the difference of goals between him and Mudryk is 3 goals, right?
It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, he still has more goals.
For me, no, it does because we're calling one guy washed, and then the other guy that's meant to be the star.
Who's calling who washed?
The vast majority of people do not think Mudryk is good. So
and
he's scoring 7, and Sterling, it's only 3 more than him. So what does that say of Sterling? That's the point I'm trying to make, bro. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I will trust Sterling 100 times more than Mudryk ever in his career. I will trust Sterling now than whatever Mudryk does for the rest of his career. Mudryk is an expensive flop.
Yeah.
All right. And he hasn't even shown anything really apart from pace. That's all he's got. He's like a pro-class player who puts everything on pace and doesn't take their hand off the sprint button. That's all Mudryk is at this moment in time.
People
Okay.
forget.
By the way, under Poch, I think Mudryk this last month and a half or so has given far more opportunities than Sterling has to make an impact.
Yeah.
During this run.
During this run, yeah.
Sterling. Don't forget about Sterling. That there's so many times this season where we were, and I get it, Jackson's the striker. There's so many times this season where we were creating the chances to him and he was missing. If those were going to Sterling, he would have been. I'm not saying he would have scored all of them. He still would have missed. But like, I trust Sterling in front of goal than I scored. I trust Sterling in front of goal more than I trust Jackson. I trust Sterling in front of goal.
I don't trust
any of our forwards.
He's 24.
I trust Sterling in front of goal more than anyone else.
But this is the thing that annoys me about the way Ahmed. Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
Just on that point, I disagree. I trust, in terms of hierarchy, who I trust more in front of goal, Sterling second from bottom. I'll be completely honest.
Second from bottom?
Yes. In front of goal, if you're telling me a one-on-one opportunity, he's in bottom.
I'm not talking about one-on-one. I mean, if
it's him and Mudryk is bro. One of him or Mudryk is bottom, and the other one's next up. I trust every other attacker we have. I trust every other attacker we have in front of goal on Sterling. This season has proved it.
I don't trust Madueke over Sterling. I don't trust Sterling. I don't trust who else is in attack. What else we got?
Palmer, Jackson.
I don't class Palmer as a forward.
Right.
He's an attacker though. So
yeah, but that's why I said Madueke and Mudryk are forwards.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, in terms of stats, he is our third best attacker. Like, this is what annoys me when Ahmed makes arguments sometimes. Like, oh, he only has 3 more goals than Mudryk. Okay, cool. Solanke only has 5 more goals than Jackson. He's not that much better than Jackson. When in reality, like, yes, Solanke is better than Jackson. Like, it's a stupid argument to make.
Haaland's only got 5 more goals than Palmer, right, Ahmed?
Yeah. So they're nearly as good as each other. So it's just like it's such a silly argument to make. At the end of the day, one had more goals than the other. Go ahead, Prime. What were you gonna say?
Hey, Arsenal only finished 3 points above Chelsea. Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just if they were equal, then yeah, Ahmed, you have an argument. It's like, yeah, what the hell? Like, might as well. Like, this player is showing more than the one that has experience. Give him more time. But even then, like, I don't know what's gonna happen to Mudryk next season. Like, has he shown enough to tell me like he is definitely gonna start over Sterling? No, I still think we need to sign a left winger. That's where I'm at right now. So I mean.
I don't think again. We can agree to disagree on the numbers thing, but simply speaking, Sterling is just not good enough to be my left winger.
I agree with that.
In the game Sterling's missed because of his illness, do you not think he would have scored in those games?
I don't know which games those. Which games were there, by the way?
Did he not miss Sheffield United?
But
did he miss Everton?
Wasn't it because of injury they missed one of those games? No,
Yes,
I thought it was
that's
injury.
He had a back injuries. Yeah, at some
Yeah.
point in the season.
I don't know, bro. I just don't know. I genuinely don't know. That's me being honest, by the way.
Yeah, I
I
mean that's
genuinely
a
don't know.
hypothetical though. Like
Because
it's hard to tell.
because like I hear what Prime was trying to say that against these smaller teams he can be a bit more effective, but the problem is he's so hot and cold with these finishes. I just don't know if that's gonna be the case.
And so is Mudryk, so is Madueke.
But isn't that the point I've been trying to make this whole time? That he's so hot and cold. It's very similarly to these younger guys that I can't even guarantee that.
Hot and coldness is the way we're using him. We've never used Sterling the right way. Okay? He's not, since he's been at Chelsea, whoever's coaching him has never used him the right way. They've always looked him to try and create. And he's not a creator. It's not used the right way. It's never been used the right way. So that's why I haven't got much like hatred. Hatred's the wrong way. I've not got that much opinion against him because he's never been used the right way. He's never been used the way we've never used him the way City have used him on a consistent basis. That's never happened. Why would you go away from that? That's just mad. If you're going to use Sterling, use him in the way he was using City. Not as a creator, just tell him to bombard the box and get on the end of crosses.
Yeah. Well, I've been saying this all season though about Sterling.
Yes, but people keep forgetting that. That's the problem.
Are you guys in the mindset of let's sign a new left winger, or are some of you in the mindset of let's just put in Nkunku or Jackson in left wing?
I don't know who the left winger is.
Unless you're bringing in Leao, or someone else.
Bro, I don't know about Leao. Come on.
No, listen. But again, that's your opinion. I'm just saying. I'm just giving a hypothetical. Unless you're bringing in a guy that I know.
I know you haven't seen. You know when you say Leao, I know you haven't been watching.
No. I'm giving a hypothetical. That's why.
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
So for me, my apologies because I actually haven't watched him. That's fair enough, right?
Yeah.
Hypothetical. He's not been good from what I've heard. All right, but at the end of the day, hypothetically speaking, let's say it's a left wing guy that's like is going to give you 15, 20 goals, is efficient, or he's going to do the creative stuff that the club is asking for. Then I'm all up for it. Otherwise, why not just use a 3-cam formation where you just have 3 guys that play cam, can interchange with each other behind the striker. That for me is just a better option to use with the players that we have too anyway.
I mean, Oliver.
I want Leao. I rate Leao. And I've been I would take him at Chelsea, but I think ultimately, who's the manager next season? Is it actually Poch or not? I really think that is a big something I need to know first before we start talking about players.
Yeah. Can't bring myself to do this, even though I do rate Mitoma. I cannot bring myself to do this.
Mitoma's been out for quite a while,
Yes, I know. He's been out for the season. He's injured, but still.
Yeah, again, get the striker, get a left back.
Yeah.
I think those are.
Yeah.
Getting a winner.
Oliver, before we move on to the topic, I am curious to hear your thoughts on the whole Sterling situation. Where do you stand with Sterling?
I'm pretty much where Scott is with it, to be honest. Unless you can find a way to reduce the wages, he can't be here unless he's a starter. And then from there, it's a matter of is he good enough as a starter. And then if you're going to say sell him, then the step after that kind of depends on what transfers we get. Because if we don't get a striker, then Jackson has to stay at striker. So then you have to buy a new winger. Versus if you get a striker, you maybe have the option to move Jackson to the left wing. And plus you've got Nkunku that can contribute in both scenarios as well. So I'm not a fan of Sterling, but he definitely has his moments, but it's too few and far between for me personally.
All right, fair enough, and that's kind of where I stand too, because I think Scott brought up a really good point. We can't just have wages like that sitting on a bench. I think that's ridiculous. But that being said, over 100 of you guys on YouTube watching, and I did set out a goal of getting this video to 100 likes if we can, or at least close to it. So if you haven't done so already, if you put your phone down and you're listening in the background or you have another tab open, 5 seconds, open up the Casually FC stream, hit that like button. It helps us out tremendously with the algorithm. Go ahead, Prime.
Before we
One
move
more
on,
thing.
sorry, before we move on, Ahmed, because I know a lot of people are saying like Mudryk should go out on loan. Ahmed, do you agree Mudryk should go out on loan?
Yes, I've always maintained. I was saying this summer that he should go to Strasbourg alongside Angelo.
Okay, so
Because for me,
in
the
summer-
reason why I said that, by the way, was because I wanted him to go to an environment where there's going to be less pressure on him, and he was
Yeah,
actually going
I
to be
remember
playing week in, week out and learn his trade in a league that's very similar to the Premier League. That was the whole point for me. Yeah.
So you want to get rid of Sterling and put Mudryk out on loan, meaning we have no left winger.
Yes.
We'd be
You wanna
relying
buy,
on Jackson and Nkunku.
Yeah, and Jackson and Segliao if we sign him. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, something like that. Yes. Even if you want to do Jackson and Cuckoo and then you buy Olise, it actually makes even better sense because then you have Jackson and Nkunku there. Can at least have Olise who can actually be a starter, whether it be in the 10 role or the right wing role, to interchange with Palmer.
Okay, fair enough.
You get me? It just that for me, I just think for me fundamentally, guys. Yeah, I know that. Listen, I've always made a jokes about I've got a jihad or a war against Sterling and everything like that. Just for me, the thing is, yeah, if we look at it like brass tacks, and everything like that, Sterling, we brought Sterling to be the leader, to be that guy that's gonna help us in the team. Now we can agree and disagree whether or not we've used him correctly, right? And that is what it is. But listen, man. He's just not lived up to what we expected for the last 2 seasons. That's all it is, bro.
Okay. One thing that we do need to discuss is after the game today, there was a little bit of a celebration for Thiago Silva, and he had a speech, and we didn't get to see it because of the Sky Sports broadcast. Obviously, you got to show the Premier League champions. But there's a few bit of things, a little bit of content that I do want to react to on the stream that we will get to see now. I'll start off with...
What happened? Oh, this one. Fair enough.
Chelsea give Thiago Silva and his family a guard of honor following his final game for the club. And I think we see here... Actually, I'll put the audio on. Why not? Let me share the tab. That way you guys get the audio. You can hear it here, the announcement and all that. Look at how full the stadium is, too. Still a lot of people there. Big up to him. I think this was wonderful. Obviously, there's a speech we'll show in a moment. Let me go ahead and switch over to the other tweets relating to this whole situation.
Big up Capri-Sun, first of all. Big up Capri-Sun. Yeah, if you know, you know.
Anyways, so Thiago Silva tweeted here, a day full of emotions. Thank you all for the incredible farewell. It has been an exciting 4 years in which we have touched glory by winning a Champions League, but where we also gone through difficult times. We have celebrated and suffered, but always together, and with your unwavering support. The strength of this great club is in the union of all of us who make it up. I would like to thank all of my teammates, coaches, and technical staff, doctors, kitmen, and the rest of the club's workers who have made my time here unforgettable. And of course, to all the Blues who have supported me from the first day I arrived. Unfortunately, our paths are now parting, but hopefully in the future I can continue to help the club in another way. My sons will continue to wear this shirt with pride, and hopefully they can wear it, they can make it far. The Silva family will eternally be grateful for the club, eternally be grateful to this club and to all of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. once a blue, forever a blue.
That was the video, by the way. That was a video.
Yeah. I'll actually show it. I think that's the speech that I'm going to show. Thiago Silva, hopefully in the future I can continue to help the club in another way. My sons will continue to wear this shirt with pride, and hopefully they can make it far. The Silva, okay. I didn't read the hopefully part. Okay, I thought I did. All right, and let me do the audio for this. Let's listen to this speech, actually, because I'm curious. I haven't seen any of this yet.
Joe, you didn't understand the joke. Don't worry, it's all right, bro. Watch the clip again to understand.
All right, anyways, let's go ahead and listen to this. First time we're hearing Thiago speaking English, by the way.
So, I would like to thank you all of you guys and two people in particular, you know. First is Marina. And Frank Lampa. Thank you, mister. I would like to thank you all the players, my staff, the club, and you guys, the fans.
Damn.
Thank you for your support and the incredible memories we've created during these 4 incredible years. Now, my dream is to see my children to play one day for you. I love you so much, guys. I miss you. Bye-bye.
No, fair play, man. Fair play, man. Fair play.
You can tell that hurt, man.
Yeah, man, that hurt me a little bit too. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That was tough. Because obviously.
Anyway, moving on.
Ah, shut the fuck up, dude. Don't do this right now. Don't do this right now. You already had your moment.
You moved, killer.
Obviously, you know, I'm wearing his kit. The first Chelsea kit I bought was a Thiago Silva
Show
kit.
us.
It is right there.
You. Yeah, it's right here.
The name's gonna be ripped off.
Thiago Silva, and then the name is ripped off. Obviously,
Nice.
Thiago Silva in the back. But no, like, you know, the man. Listen, I know we don't all agree he's a legend or not. I think he's a legend. Some of us here think he's a legend. Some of us think cold hero, whatever. But the fact that he's even in the conversation just shows the levels of this center back. And look, I think for me, the part that I appreciate the most is that he sees potential for him coming back, as well as his kids too. He's saying, I hope that his kids play for Chelsea at some point. And if they're coached under him, I'm sure they're going to be good center backs and hopefully eventually come to the club.
A interview he did on Sky Sports.
Yeah, I was watching. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, I watched it before it came on stream. It's in, was it Portuguese? But
yeah, it was Portuguese.
It's a very good interview.
It was really good. Really well spoken.
How his recovery after games was like, he's very knowledgeable about all this stuff. So if he comes back to Chelsea, I can see him being part of like the fitness
physio, something like that.
Yeah, because he's like, listen, if some of our injury prone players listen to him, boy, we'll be unstoppable.
All right. Listen, you know, Marshall is one of the reasons why. It's one of the reasons why the Americans have so many Hall of Famers in the Hall of Fames. You know what I mean? Let's chill out on legend. First thing first, definitely a cult hero. Let's just keep it at that.
The fact that we're having this argument shows the levels.
It's
That's
not.
all
We're
I'm
just
saying.
having the argument. We're having this argument with you. We're having this argument only with you, mate.
Oh, okay. Who thinks he's a Chelsea legend? Say aye.
I'm gonna say aye.
I think
The fact that we even had to think about it, just that's enough for me to prove that there's an argument. There's an argument.
So then we should make Gilchrist. We should say Gallagher and Mount are proper Chelsea. Then they should be legends as well.
No.
So no. But then you know what I mean. I'm just.
Let's not make this an argument about if he's. That's not the point of this.
Hey, if you want, I think Goldie just
question.
I'm just gonna go with that, Gina.
Go ahead, Prime.
All the metrics you need to be a legend.
All the metrics you need to be a legend. Go ahead.
Fits into it, barring having a numerous amount of trophies. And the only reason why he doesn't have a numerous amount of trophies at our club is because he played for the most part, in poor Chelsea teams. However, he has our second Champions League. He won our first ever Super Cup, at least in the modern era, the century. And he's won our first ever FIFA World Club Cup.
Yeah.
He fits into a legend as much as like a Drogba or Terry or a Lampard. What you think about a Chelsea player, what you think about a Chelsea legend.
Yeah.
So it's into that.
Yeah, it's not too far off when you think about it.
Like listen, if you want small L, not big L, small L, if you want. That's fine.
I get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. You see, even like people in the chat, man. Like I can put a poll up and
I want to know how many opportunities Chelsea like give around his whole family, because like he said like his kid's gonna stay here now, like he's not doing it at PSG or Milan or nothing like that. He's doing it at Chelsea. I'm not sure like if Chelsea just give a lot of opportunities. That's why he's so
we have one of the best academies. I think that's one of the good things about us. That's why
he seems very grateful for Chelsea a lot.
When we sell Thiago Silva for pure profit, I'll be there.
Yo, it's crazy, Brian. No,
that's insane.
Nasty, that was nasty. Yo.
Oh shit, bro! It could happen.
That was an insane comment, bro. No, that's
hilarious.
When Silva comes back as Chelsea manager and he stinks, I've got to slam him.
God, I really hope that doesn't happen.
Let him learn before he comes.
Hey, fat Silva. Does that work?
Fat Silva, please.
No,
it's insane. But no, I'm excited to see what his kids do. I mean,
no way. Look at that picture, 666. No chance he's coming back now. No chance.
It's 6666.
Yeah, no chance. Oh, okay, fine then.
Oh shit, bro.
When Silva comes back and he stinks and his wife is tweeting after games, Chelsea fans don't respect it.
Oh, that's gonna be some sort of civil war, man.
Yeah.
See, when they're divorced and she says manager out, and she tweets manager out at Chelsea.
Right.
This is not Chelsea. She
For
puts
this
it
occasion.
on the crowd. And he turns
Cheers,
around.
Thiago Silva. Yes. Anyways, I thought you guys would continue. But yeah,
when
obviously,
Thiago Silva drops Reece James, I'll be there. Sorry.
Why do you hang on? Why do you see?
Did you see Reece James today?
Why do you assume Reece James will still be here when Thiago Silva takes over?
It'll be a while, man.
Or why do you think he'll even need to drop Reece when Reece, if he's still here, will probably be injured in the physical?
I'll be honest.
Nice.
First name that popped into my head was Gilchrist, but that made me cry. So.
Oh shit, man. I wish there was a tweet on Thiago Silva's statistics since he's joined Chelsea. I'm sure there's something out there.
Do we know if he's actually going to another club or?
Fluminense.
Yeah, good to Fluminense, bro.
It's confirmed.
Oh, is he actually? Oh, he's actually going. Okay, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, he's been pictured in their shirt and everything.
Oh, shit.
They literally did an announcement while he was at the club. With literally.
I actually wonder when he retires then, because he's 40 next season.
I think if you watch the Sky Sports interview, he said that he wants to at least make it to 40. And from there, he's probably going to look to retire.
He did the announcement while he was at our club. Do you not find that disrespectful?
Listen, I said Cole Hero for a reason, but you know.
Also, Matter's not a legend either. Okay, he had a legendary season, but he's not a legend. He's only here for 2.5 years. You know what I mean?
Did someone call him Silvas? Wow.
That would be the slander name when he does bad as a manager.
You can hold that, Marshall, man.
I take that back. Actually,
it hasn't even happened
yet.
yet.
Champions League winning team, so he might be. I take that back.
Silver out. Silver out.
Yeah,
I think Mata's definitely a Cole Hero.
Silver out, man.
Yeah. No, but these kids have
Future
been
Ballon
common
d'Or
boys
winners,
too.
man. Future Ballon d'Or winners.
Who knows? I mean,
Future pure profit champions.
yeah, that's insane.
I can see dollar signs. They look like walking dollar signs to me.
Can I ask? When did it become insane to speak facts? You know what I mean? When did it become insane to speak facts?
What are you talking
I
about?
don't know, but we'll let you know when you actually start talking them, so it'll be fine.
Oh my God. That is crazy. Crazy.
Hey, Silva's son is Iago, and I think he plays in midfield. Hey, listen, when he makes his first appearance, any mistake he makes, I'm there, man. I'm there.
This is probably the craasiest fucking
just like his
goal
man.
line clearance.
Just like his man. Making mistakes. I'm there.
Oh, I think that's off his mistake. That's why he put his hands up.
That was off his mistake. Yeah, that one of Brighton was off his mistake. I remember that.
Most of them ain't.
So, Marshall, is this like your session? Like, are we here for a session for you? So, what's going on, bro?
I mean, this one, by the way, that whole clip before doesn't do it justice because he out sprinted Salah and everything.
This is crazy.
It's insane
He
how
didn't
quick he
outsprint
ran.
Salah, but he
did.
positioned himself.
No, he came from behind Salah. He came from behind Kovacic and all those players. He came from behind a lot of guys.
Fucking Kepa. Fucking Kepa.
No.
You guys are ridiculous.
Bro, and why is Kepa holding on to Nani? What the, bro? This actually makes me so mad at Kepa, dude. What a shit
why does it?
Oh my god. YouTube does let me play it in increments, so we should be good. Also, the video is highly modified.
Like I said, his goal lines clearance is one of the best I've ever seen.
This one's
like,
so crazy.
consistent at doing it. I don't know how he does it so many times. Maybe he just reads it. He just knows he's got to go behind the keeper every time.
Yeah, it's just the experience of knowing how the attackers are going to approach the net and just knowing where to be.
I seen him do it for PSG a few times. I've seen him do it for Brazil. Like, he does it the most. I think out of any centre back or defender, consistently wise. Well, I seen anyway. What I seen.
Oh man. I mean, that being said, I don't know what else there is to mention about the game. That's it. The season's over, guys.
Great season. We got top 6.
No.
It's not a great season.
Didn't you? Wait. Who predicted Chelsea get top 6 at the start of the season, man? Oh, so it's wait. I feel like Armin.
I said 6th dead on.
I said 5th.
Hey, well done.
I said 5th. By the way, in the beginning of the season, I said we get UCL football. I remember, so I said 5th.
I thought with positivity, man. Top 4.
You got 3rd.
Oh yeah, I think I did 3rd. I didn't think we got top 2.
Whenever he predicted Chelsea to win the league when we got Romelu Lukaku.
No. I said 2nd.
You said win the league.
No, I said we compete.
I'll look
I know.
back.
You look back. I apologize to you, Marshall.
Once he had Everton 8th with Frank Lampard in charge.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I know that. I know.
Wait, listen, man.
I
predicted Liverpool 5th or some shit this season or whatever. 8th? I don't know. I forgot what I predicted. I had to hold that one too. Listen, we'll be back Wednesday.
Are we not going to talk about Reece James' performance yesterday?
Yesterday?
Oh, he's been. He's doing that. Oh, it's technically yesterday. Today's a new day. He's doing that. He's gonna do that. He's talking about.
Can I ask you a question, Chris, bro? Are you alright, man? Are we not allowed to talk about Reece James? We're not allowed to talk about Reece James.
No, I'm
Well,
talking about
listen,
Ahmed.
the thing
Ahmed,
is-
I'm not talking about the Reece James.
Oh, you know what?
It's technically
Kevin,
a
thank
new
you.
day today because it's 20 minutes past 12.
Thank you, Kevin. Actually,
no,
I did want to take a moment.
wasn't
Listen,
on
let's
about
not
the
talk
whole
about
Reece
Reece James. He wasn't even fucking involved with the
That's
game,
what I'm saying,
guys. Shut
bro.
the fuck
Like,
up.
why are we
Anyways,
talking about him?
oh, what? Okay, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ugochukwu. Can we actually talk about Ugochukwu for a second? Because I want to say this. I think Ugochukwu was impressive today. I think there's something there. He did look fresh. You know, he didn't play the whole season. So there's something to say about what he might do when he's playing more
I'm
games.
going to say something very white right now.
Wait, what?
When he came on, when he came on because of his hairstyle, for about 1.5 seconds, I thought, oh, they put Lavia on and they didn't tell anyone he was in the squad.
You're not the only one that said that, actually.
You're
not the only one that said
He's got the
that.
same hairstyle. Like,
Someone else said that too in Discord. I was like, someone said
Cancel.
Lavia update. Lavia 2.0.
Cancel Marshall and Surfer.
I gotta tell you right now, I couldn't pick Ugochukwu out of a lineup. I don't know what he looks like. Seriously.
Marshall Surfer, he plays for Chelsea, man, and you don't know what he looks like. That's a shame.
He's not proper Chelsea. I don't
How many
recognise.
minutes?
Do you guys think he looked bad today? I didn't think he
No,
looked bad.
he looked solid.
You're saying that?
I checked
Oh,
out.
people
so I
in the
didn't really
chat
pay
saying he
attention.
didn't look
Yo,
bad.
that's a good thing for me.
Not noticing doesn't mean he's played badly. By the
I
way.
think that's a good thing because that means he's doing his job, passing it on to the other guys to do their jobs.
He's not making.
I checked out the game, so I didn't notice.
Yeah, it was. I was looking at the score lines and everything.
Yeah, he was good. He was decent today. He was good.
I was just surprised at like how good he looked for. Like, you can say what you want about how you feel about him, but considering not having played virtually any minutes since December, I thought it was good.
That's what I was gonna say. He's been out for a while, so
It's
yeah.
gonna be
like,
quite interesting next season. You know, if
it's
Potter's
gonna be a
here.
good backup and competition. Ugochukwu.
Yeah, next season when Potter's here and he's back up, I can't wait, man.
We're gonna have to figure something out though, because we have Lavia and Caicedo as well. So, assuming Lavia's going to stay fit,
Ugochukwu again. Ugochukwu can play usually plays as a lone DM. At least when he was at Rennes.
Caicedo's not a DM, by the way, guys.
That's what I'm saying. So you just play him as an 8. It will be him and Lavia that'll probably be doing the 6 role together. I'll probably say.
Okay.
And then you could have Enzo as the 8, as an 8.
All right, well, fair enough.
Yeah, I was impressed with what I saw. It was a while since we've seen him, so people forget how decent he was. I think at the beginning of the season he wasn't that great.
We got Surfer, man. We already had Marshall saying that I was from Estonia. He said I'm Estonian. Listen, man.
That wasn't him. That was me.
No. I said we got Marshall.
Okay.
The Estonian thing. We got Surfer.
I mean, I'm still here.
Chris has already exposed himself on multiple occasions. You know what I mean? Oliver not so much. But you know what I mean?
I still don't know where Ahmed's from.
Marshall, Estonia is not in Africa, by the way.
I know that's the point. The point was he really could get Estonian. It could be African.
Marshall,
That's
He's talking about
Marshall,
the
I've said
embassy
it
in
many
Estonia.
times. How do you got the word Ahmed from?
Yeah, he said it many times.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Maybe because I don't.
Ahmed's from Somalia.
Jesus.
I don't.
Listen, don't
I
worry,
don't
man. Listen,
look.
all I'm
I
gonna
don't
say,
look at
Prime,
Ahmed's
wait.
race.
Listen,
I just look at the
Prime.
person.
Listen, Prime,
Yeah,
all I'm gonna
exactly.
say, listen, Casually FC is racist in 2025.
Casually Racist FC.
There we go.
There we go. That's right.
Hey,
Let's go backstage then, yeah? We'll
Yes,
go
we
backstage.
will.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Marshall using this. Marshall using this leader. Makes sense.
Believe
Hey,
what you
Marshall
want.
is
Feed whatever agenda you want to feed.
Marshall is a Chelsea fan. Chelsea fans are. So it makes sense.
Anyone else speak of genders?
Marshall's proper Chelsea.
What about genders?
Anyone else want to speak
We
up some genders?
talk about race now. You want to talk about genders? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, he said genders.
Agendas.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Yeah, I get
genders.
you.
Oh, sorry.
Agendas,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, speaking of genders, this weekend, no James played and both Chelsea teams won.
Interesting. I'm intrigued by that stat. It's a good statistic, man.
I missed it. What?
Wasn't Lauren James voted Player of the Year?
Oh, Lauren.
She didn't
James.
play. She didn't play.
So he played all
In the
season.
game winning,
Yeah,
in the game winning match, in the game winning match,
Let's try swap her and Mudryk for the season, man. See what happens.
Yeah, let's try that.
Play in the Women's League.
I'm willing. I'm willing to do that, bro. I'm willing.
I would actually do that for like a week. Or
women's team would suffer. That's what would happen.
One playing on James.
Hey, yeah.
Let's wrap it up, boys. Let's wrap it up.
Why? No.
Because we're about to hit 2 hours.
Yeah,
so wrap it up.
No, like they complain when they get 3 hours, and then they complain when you don't get 3 hours.
Yeah, man, it's a celebration.
Can't win.
We made it to top 6.
Chat, do you guys know?
I was talking about celebrating anything. You're just talking about Reece James, which is so relevant to this conversation.
But
Jordan James.
Why can't we talk about Reece James? How dare you?
That's what your channel's there for, Ahmed. You know, maybe if you open up a stream on the Bridge 258, you can have a 3 or 4 hour
stream for like 5 months.
Exactly. You have a whole ass channel for that. You can do what you want with your channel.
Whenever we expose Marshall for what he is, he always wants to end the stream.
I let you expose me for what I am. I let you stay here. I put Ahmed backstage just to prove your point.
You know what's crazy? See, the darker guy gets taken backstage.
I think technically Prime is darker than you, but
be guided, boys. I said, rolling this life,
bro, you're still from Estonia. I don't care.
Did you see that? Marshall wanted to put us against each other.
Yeah, you see that, man? He's doing what the man were doing in the 1960s in America.
What was it?
1960s in America.
He's learning from his forefathers. He's learning from the forefathers, man.
My forefathers weren't even from America. Or well, yeah, I guess not. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, ladies and gents, we're gonna wrap it up because this is it. This is done. It's the end of the season. We have nothing else to really talk about in terms of the game.
You two Estonians in the corner, shut up.
But big up everyone. We're gonna raid out to we're gonna raid out to Sarcasm City and Flawless over there. Big up to everyone. Big up to the panel. It was a fucking roller coaster of a season, but we're here. We made it. So I mean, listen, we did it. Another season with Chelsea. Another season with Casually FC. That's 2 seasons consecutively trophyless. Hopefully, at the end of the next season.
Now we're 3 months off. We're not going to see us till August now, right, Marshall? 3 months off?
No, that's not.
No talking about transfer window or anything like that. Nothing. You're
we'll be back
August 17th.
We'll be back. Yeah. We'll be back. Actually, funny enough, you say that, Andrew. We'll be back on Wednesday because some people need to be called out. Some people need to be like me. Yeah. Some people need to be put on the spot because
would one of those people be Estonian by any chance? That's what I would know.
Maybe. Actually, yes. Because this man, you got a little sneak peek 2 days ago or 2 streams ago where this man was saying, I've been saying that Chelsea are going to be in Europa. We're going to make it. And then we showed the proof, and he never even put fucking Chelsea in 6th or 5th, okay?
Have you guys noticed? So they want to target the Estonian.
You know what I mean? I will fight in the streets.
But yeah, transfer season is coming up very soon. We're going to still have the news. We're going to still have the updates. We're going to talk about the future for Chelsea. Obviously, we're probably going to talk a little bit about Euros and Copa America based on what we watch and stuff. We're still going to have Casually FC content rolling. We're still going to have Casually FC content rolling for you guys. But more importantly,
you're going to have Euros and Copa America content, but there was no AFCON content.
It'll be part of the Casually FC. And I did have content on it, actually. I talked about Nigeria and Ivory Coast.
No one was talking. So we talked about the final. But
yeah, I'm not going to talk about every single game.
I don't want anything else but Euros.
When it's the Euros, it's going to be talking about Group A. Oh, they played like this today. Group B played like this today.
Wait. Tell me, both of you. Tell me what other Chelsea player other than Jackson was in the AFCON? Exactly. So both of you can hold that. Both of you can hold that, okay? That's why we didn't talk
the
about
way Ahmed
AFCON.
was thinking, man.
Why are you asking? Why are you asking two Estonians about the AFCON?
Yeah.
Now they're both Estonian. All right,
Highly
but we'll be
unfair.
back. We'll be back Wednesday, ladies and gents, because people need to be cooked for their predictions, and we will be here to do it. We will be reacting to the mid-season predictions, and I'll be on Staffy TV to react to the end of the season tomorrow on American Waffle, which will be quite a scintillating show. We're gonna have to cook TJ and congratulate Vader. But yeah, check that out as well. On the channel, in the description, you'll see it all there. But ladies and gents, we're gonna rate out to our friend Sarcasm City and Flawless. Thank you once again, people, for watching. Thank you once again for being here, and thank you once again for joining us for another wonderful season, or let's just say roller coaster of a season here at Casually FC. Let's continue this progress. Let's hit 3K. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Smash the likes. Like I said, we're trying to get to 100 on this stream. Let's see if we can get it, because I believe in you guys. This is a big win. We're in European spot. We could be in Europa, depending on the game, which we're probably gonna have some type of reaction to that at some point. But ladies and gents, as always, before the end of every stream, we give shout outs to our members, which big up to you guys as well. Some of you have been members since the beginning of the season. That's going to go out to, wrong page. B-Man, JC, Ishi, EE, Hassan Nawaz, Uncle Gesture FC, Will, OG Triple Jesus, Dark, Adrian, Pelu, Coco 624, The Danzo, Gabriel A, Adib, AK Sitit, and Joel. And once again, ladies and gents, thank you everyone else who is not a proper casual member, but a member regardless, for being here for the season. So thank you very much, ladies and gents. Once again, I can't thank you enough for the wonderful support you've shown this season, and let's continue it going into the summer and next season. That being said, Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you on Wednesday for the reaction to this mid-season predictions. And as always, stay casual. Bye-bye.
Hold that, Arsenal.